Hello, everyone. I'm here today to talk about the next new moon in Scorpio on November 1st. I am particularly affectionate to the moon in Scorpio since I was born a day after the new moon in Scorpio. So I'm a Scorpio moon person, and this means a lot. So my moon is in Scorpio and my sun is in Virgo. So the moon in Scorpio is very powerfully affected my life and my perception of life and people and events around me. People that are the Scorpio moon have a particularly acute sense of the self and the suffering in others. It perceives life with a lens that allows particular compassion, in deeper sense of life and death, and how these two forces connect and interact with each other. So I would like to share with you a little bit of wisdom using the cards, talking about the energies that the Scorpio moon brings and how we can use this energy not to take us in the darkness of the shadow and being afraid of it, but really having the light within of our soul that helps us how to illuminate the shadow that we all carry. So the moon in Scorpio has an intelligence, as a way to teach us to rebirth ourselves from our own ashes, to lighten the darkness that came to us since we were little. But because the moon, this new moon in November 1st is affecting all of us, I would like to bring this energy into a place for all of us to have benefit, because we all have the darker side that we are being taught to denigrate, to hide, to be afraid of. Well, in actuality, we need that dark side, because it's like, a painting would not be a good painting if you didn't have the shadow side and the light side. So often in our shadow self is hidden our talent, our gifts that we didn't feel safe to come out in the world as children with our gifts and with what our true self was. And so we felt that it was more appropriate to conform and act like it was appropriate for the family, for the school or the church, whatever was expected from us. As we grow older, as we grow in our path of self-evolution, we can see that part it's abandoned and it's being pulling us down in a way that we don't even know how it's working. These moments with the moons, like the new moon in Scorpio, it's a great opportunity to be ready, to not be afraid, to use these moments to feel involved with that darker side of ourselves. So I'm gonna share now the screen to connect it to the cards, the Scorpio cards. And these cards are called wish activation cards, because they really bring the power of the download of the energies that are present right now with this moon. And so to be ready to receive this, it's very important, because we have the opportunity to develop our energies, our personalities, and to open a path using these frequencies are very, very present in the cosmos right now. So the Scorpio moon is bringing the frequency of a personal power. So personal power, we know that power is a very charged word and often is perceived as a negative, because has been connected to people that power over, that control, maybe there was an authority in our lives, or it's connected to workplace, to people above us that wants to control and keep us down or intimidated. So to really work on a personal power in a very positive way, it's actually important. And to find this moment, to find this moment intimacy to go inside and really feel your power, your personal power, how did it develop? What was the part of you that was triggered? Often power comes from as a result of pain. So if there's something that really pained you, I would like you to really tune into that, to understand what is that pain and to really see the power that came out from that pain. Sometimes we have a pain related to our self-esteem or feeling not good enough. And then the power that came out was to do everything possible to develop in a way that you can feel that you have your own value and you're just really to feel it and to develop it. And so it's a very important opportunity for us to function and to understand and to value how our power was born from. What is that we lean over? Of course, if we are not aware of it, we can have a power that comes out from an experience, and also the negative power that comes from the same experience. So they kind of neutralize each other. So it's good to dig deep in this relationship with the personal power, to truly sit in that power and use it. The energy of charisma, it's typical of Scorpio because it's that mystery of the underworld. It's a mystery of the unknown, the dark side. The dark side, it's not as negatively expression of negativity or darkness, because the womb that we all come from, it's also the dark side. It's in the darkness. The night, the moon, it's in the darkness. So the charisma that comes from that aspect is something that comes from the unknown, comes from the cosmos. The cosmos is also dark and brings transformation. So, we transform from fetus to human beings. We transform everything. In life, it's a constant energy of transformation. So if we tap into that transformation, we start to really focus what is that we need. We cannot eliminate, but we can transform, because energy cannot be eliminated. So as long as we think we need to get rid of parts of ourselves or people or energies around ourselves, it's not going to work. But if we start to think in terms of transformation, then it's really possible to transform. So forgiveness, it's a deeper way to see how to let it go, but there's also a deeper way than forgiveness, that it's acceptance. So forgiveness and acceptance, they go equal way to go in a space of the heart where you understand yourself and you can put boundaries. You forgive because you release that experience, and also you forget because you don't want to be attached by the experience itself. The rebirth happens with the transformation. There is rebirth. This is a time of rebirth. It's a time of review and release to rebirth. The shadow is the darker side of Scorpio. Scorpio carries the shadow of the world, the collective shadow, the personal shadow, and the moon is bringing to us a consciousness and ideas of intelligence that are going beyond the appearance to see what the shadow. There's such a thing as a golden shadow, which is our qualities that have been abandoned to please somebody that was not accepting of who we are. The energy of belonging is also important, and sometimes the energy of belonging could be an energy that brings us to the shadow, because in order to belong, we kind of forget what our true needs are, and we let it go to belong to a relationship, to belong to a clan. We let it go what we really think, or even to the objectivity to know what you really want. In the body, every constellation has a connection to any part of the body, and sexuality and sexual organs are the ones that are connected to Scorpio. So here you can really see our sexuality not with eyes of like fear or excessive desire, but really to see how sexuality is connected to life, is connected to rebirth, and it's a very important power energy that circulates in our body, that stimulates our lives, at the abundance, the connection with others, really to see sexuality with new eyes. And fertility goes hand in hand, because fertility is about abundance. And it's about, on a physical level, it's a good time to get pregnant, to have children, but also to expand our business, to grow a new business. And so this is a good time to dig down and uplift and bring up a lot of fertile territory. Like we can start a new thing. It could be, you will have a more intuition to see what is more focused for you. And the energy of commitment, this is something that's often underestimated, but Scorpio, new moon, and this Scorpio, it's an energy that has such a deep commitment to truth, a deep commitment to show up, the commitment to really go deep, not fearlessness, like really going deep and commit to what the soul calls us to do. So we are all under this influence for this upcoming new moon in Scorpio, and it will be very important for us to really see which one of these energies you want to really develop. So we like to particularly work on the energy of shadow and commitment. I really would like to connect to the energy of shadow and commitment, and let me know if there is any energy field that you would like to connect to and call in your space, to let me know so we can add for your pleasure to develop that, to receive that download. So these cards have the power to bring the energy frequency, like a microcosmic download inside of you. When you feel it, you feel a sense of shaking, an energy that comes through your field, and then it becomes easier for you to go in that direction. If it resonates with you, it's your commitment and your asking for collaboration from the moon and the cosmic energies to help you. So I'm asking to accept my shadow self and expose it to the light in my daily meditation practice. So I'm asking to not be afraid for the part of yourself that you don't know, and invite it in your space and bring it in your daily meditation with the light. So you connect to the light while you're meditating, and you welcome that part of you that is ready to be shown, to show up. So this is just asking that, like, okay, I'm ready. And so there is a cosmic intelligence between your higher self and your source connection that will bring the energy that you can handle, the energy that is ready for you to see, so that you don't have to encounter a crisis or something difficult to receive that knowledge about yourself. Something that you need to let go, something that is holding you back and creating fears that are not present anymore, but creates the illusion of that fear that is around you. So it's really asking for the acceptance of showing this and to wanting to see it and let it go. I'm asking to receive insights, messages, and clarity about my shadow so I can heal and transform its energy. So again, we are in this card, we are really asking our masters and angels and archangels to really bring it with softness and gradually. I'm asking for my soul to be freed by the limitations and negativity of my shadow that my shadow provides. So this is the soul. We are praying for our soul. And ego is the part of us that protects us from pain and keeps the shadow away so that we don't suffer seeing what is there. But sometimes it's a release, it's a joy, but the ego doesn't know that that's what it is. So we keep away from our own power. And often in the shadow is our power that is suppressed. So really, as we speak to our soul to be freed, the voice becomes stronger, and the freedom and the release of all the conditionings start to happen. I'm asking to easily forgive myself and to become compassionate when others project their own shadow on me. So I'm asking to easily forgive myself and to become compassionate when others project their own shadow on me. So this is when people project their own shadows on us, there is some kind of link, there's some kind of a matching energy, and often we feel accused, or we feel that the projection it's not positive, it's painful. But it's important to feel compassionate, so not to get angry up to ourselves and others, and recognize when it's not about ourselves. And if people projected that on us, there's something in us that we need to see and forgive. More we go in self-forgiveness and release, less other people will likely project their shadow. So sometimes our light also attracts more of the shadow of others. So there's to be that sense of acceptance of who you are and the light that you shine, to really keep shining and not being afraid of who you are. The next card I would like to talk about is a card of commitment. I'm asking to acquire the courage, spirit, and drive to take action and uphold my commitments. So the commitment, it's the highest commitment in a Scorpio energy is the commitment to truth, the commitment to yourself, a commitment to what you want to achieve. And sometimes it's small things you have to do during the day. Sometimes it's the commitment to the vision of yourself, the vision of what you want to bring in the world. And to really keep shining the light, no matter how it feels, no matter what is happening. And to really hold this sense of commitment inside, this promise of commitment inside, to hold it up, to not be distracted, to not be discouraged. I'm asking to become persistent and supportive in my relationship with, and you can choose a partner or a project or your company, adding value by spotlighting what's working and rewarding our efforts with positive reinforcement. So it's really the commitment in this case in Scorpio energy is to be always present in what it is, in the truth, and noticing what works and supporting it, and what doesn't work, reinventing it. I'm asking to commit to self-improvement, be willing to challenge this current status quo, and learn from the process. So the self-improvement, it happens once we accept that there's something that it worked until now, until yesterday, but it's not working anymore. And so often we are more faithful to the status quo than what our soul wants and what it wants to go. So the willingness to challenge the status quo, it's the key here. So I'm committing more to my self-evolution than the comfort of the status quo. I'm asking to easily attract a partner that can willingly commit to our relationship with as much integrity as I do. So here we enter the space of intimacy and commitment and love, and the ability to look through the eyes of darkness of Scorpio and still stand for the person, stand for ourselves, and really ask for somebody to meet us in that space. So I really feel that the energy of Scorpio, the new moon in Scorpio, will awakens us a natural sense of investigation. We become investigators of the truth. We are drawn to understand the raw and real aspects of life and people around us. So the moon in Scorpio as a curiosity, it gives us, awakens our curiosity, that leads us to discover the darker and most challenging parts of our human experience. There is an innate compassion, an innate acceptance of the complication of life, the complication of circumstances, and acceptance of what it doesn't look normal, or it's taboo, and normally we don't want to, we go in reaction, and we bring all these aspects of ourselves or people around us into our shadow. And with this moon, we can really see this inside these areas as gateways for deeper understanding of in the nature of life and the nature of what happens around us.